The lead up to Rookie World 2011. Very immense, lots of pressure, lots of drivers booking in. However, it was a lineup that if we'd have pulled the event off would have been one of the biggest events here at Ringwood Raceway for a long time. We found ourselves probably as a promotion right at the forefront of the banger community, and especially with the drivers list for both the rookies and the unlimiteds that we'd had on Oval Chat, obviously, and our website. The list was growing stronger and stronger, and the lead up to the event, as I said earlier, was very intense, immense, a lot of pressure to run it. The event started remarkably well, right from the offset when the gates opened, the flow of spectators, and then in turn obviously drivers arriving to the raceway was free flowing. In hindsight, obviously, if we'd have expected the crowd in the beginning that we actually had on the evening and the driver base that arrived, maybe we could have done a lot more in the car parking areas and found more space for the spectators. The pressure, probably by about 5 o'clock, was well and truly on for us. All the car parking areas for spectators were getting considerably full up very quickly, and we'd already entered our third pit space area with only one space available down for the overflow car park for the unlimiteds to park in as well. At that point we knew we had a bit of an issue. Maybe more drivers had arrived than what we had took in bookings, and that was the start of the downturn to the meeting. However, if we'd got through it and all the drivers obviously raced, it would have been epic. Arriving in the sheer volume that they did, started to have a backlash on pit office for signing on. Obviously in turn then we struggled to hit race 1 at 6 o'clock, which was the start time for us, and in turn obviously that had a knock-on effect through the rest of the evening.
Good evening, welcome to Ringwood Raceway. This is the 2011 running of the Rookie Banger Championship of the World. It's also the UK Open for National Bangers here at Ringwood Raceway. My name is Mike Marriott, I am your compere. Welcome to Ringwood Raceway.
What should have been one of our proudest moments obviously started to fall from our grip with the racing, and in a way probably burying my head in the sand a little bit. However, the meeting continued to run, and what was available to us with time allowing, we did pull off. And from what I understand, the racing that was here in both the rookies and the 1.5 unlimited races that we had was quality. There was lots of crashes going on, and the spectators realistically in that way had value for money, but not for the full programme that was listed. When the gates were closing at the end of the night, a lot of thoughts and restructures through my mind, and lots of discussions with the COC and race stewards to work on the problems that I knew was going to start, being focused on the relevant forums away from the raceway itself. The backlash from the event was huge. We knew before we even left here on the night that the reports that we were going to home to face were going to be negative ones from a lot of spectators and drivers as well. And we knew in our own minds before we left here that we had to do something pretty good to try and resurrect or get any confidence back with the drivers and also spectators here for Ringwood Raceway. The success of the season led up to what should have been a big event and should have been a successful event, and you have one bad meeting realistically out of the season that goes wrong, and unfortunately it was the meeting when it really mattered. So for us, yes, the backlash was tremendous. At the end of the day, it's our name above the door. We failed as a promotion. However, we looked on from that. We worked out where the problems were on the night of the racing. A few things obviously stopped the racing being a success, mainly that we took too many bookings. That was the first point of call. There was too many drivers took on a booking list. We should have shut the booking list early. Secondly, obviously, as I said earlier, drivers were still coming and flowing into site, which was causing us issue, and at that point we realised we had too many drivers arriving here over and above what we had in bookings. Other reasons for the event, stoppages with the red flags. Obviously our marshals here, they're available to give a red flag if a driver asks for it, and we had lots, not so much in the Unlimiteds, but in the rookies, lots of young drivers that were here and asking for red flags, stranded in the middle of the track or against the Armco. No real problems with the drivers, just purely in reality I suppose they were too young, trying to become world champions, so to speak, and quickly bailing out of vehicles once the red flags had come out, only to find that there was no issue. But at the time, the marshals, got a difficult enough job as it is, and if a red flag's needed at the time from a driver, our marshals have been told to give the red flag. So that answers realistically some of the problems we had. Track clearance time, we coped with it as best as we could. We did have vehicles here, but due to the amount of debris etc. on the track, we had vehicles obviously breaking down as well on us, which was no good. So we've restructured the way that works here at Ringwood as well, restructured the staff, and I knew that I needed to change the company as a whole. From that point forward, we did change. The races that we had after that were very successful. We had a point to prove, and we proved it quite well. I've managed to contact most of the Unlimited drivers from the night, and thankfully all of them, or most of them should I say, have agreed already to come back and race the 2 Grander on March the 3rd. My main aim here at Ringwood Raceway is to put banger racing back on the map at the Ringwood Oval, and that's what I plan to achieve.